So what happened yesterday is not that Trump told China to overthrow the West. The story yesterday was rather that Putin was caught telling the leader of mainland China not to worry about it. He's basically saying, forget about it, right? Forget about it. What was he talking to him about? They're printing organs. They work. They're functioning organs. There's this thing called longevity. So these are the self-styled or the projected enemies of the West, according to corporate media. So now we have them trying to cover up a topic that the corporate landscape does not want you talking about, because they are convinced that if we get into longevity, then they're not going to make money, when that could be furthest from the truth. I hope I said that right. They're going to make money no matter what, but they don't want people talking about longevity. Well, now you've got a new space race, because, and by the way, we're getting ready to go into space. So whoever manages the global economy for the next 200 years, that's going to be the official culture of humanity from now until like forever. Maybe in a million years, Earth will be like, Crete and whatever. It'll be completely different at that point. But for the next 200 years, whoever manages the economy of Earth that's going to be the default civilization for a long, long time as we spread out into the cosmos. So we don't want to lose this. But you've got a lot of suppression going on in the West. And I really hope that they take this to heart. You're talking about the guy, Putin, who was rumored to be on his deathbed not so long ago, a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Kim, who was also there, also rumored to be on his deathbed not so long ago. These guys are talking to the leader of mainland China saying, forget about it. What are they talking about? Longevity. So what does that tell you? That tells you that they are already well versed in the topic. They already have the technology. We're lagging. That's my whole point. That was the story. That's the story that corporate media did not want you to know. So they focused on a sarcastic comment by Trump, who I do not, he's not my favorite person, okay, so I'm not defending him, but that's not at all what he said. What they said he said. It wasn't even the story. The story is that corporate media thinks it's social media, or they want you to think that social media is corporate media, and it's not. The whole point of social media behind Twitter was that people could have their own information base. And the guy everyone hates, that was his point too, is people shouldn't have to go through the gatekeepers to find out what's really going on. But that's the way it is now. That they don't want you to know that the enemies of our social experiment, that is the United States, they are way far ahead of us. And everyone's always talking about how far behind, Arab countries are, and how far behind China is, and how far behind Russia is. It's just a paper tiger. They're talking about in private, and they got caught on a hot mic. They're talking about stuff that our leaders are still trying to say, well, that's never going to happen at all, let alone in maybe 50 years. For example, I had AI telling me 6 months ago that 2 years, all of this stuff would be available. Someone's edited the information. Now we're projected 40 years, 50 years. Oh, that's not going to happen at all. They are trying so hard to let you believe that there is no hope, but to keep dumping money into a century-old economy We are so far behind our own military. You cannot tell me that it's okay. It's not okay. Like I said, we're going into space soon. The people who run longevity, they are going to be the default civilization. No one's going to want anything to do with the big old pigsty of a culture that suppresses its own people, that wants them to stay miserable and wants them to die. I don't even understand what the big deal is. The population growth is like almost zero at this point. So I'm just saying that they're lying to you. They're lying to you.